Hey, welcome back to another episode of A Link to the Past. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why I'm at the Sanctuary when I was at the 5th dungeon. Well, the answer to that is I'm going to come over here and get one of the optional items you can get. I just figured I'd get it real quick because I have all the conditions met to get it. So you got to watch out for the pose. But we couldn't get into this gravestone because we didn't have the, until we beat the 4th dungeon. You can't get into this gravestone, but what you get is the magical cape. It makes you invisible, but it also makes you invincible while you're invisible. So that's something, ow, get out of here, man. Now let me think. Where do I want to go from here? I know I need to go to the desert for the next dungeon. I think I'm going to see about grabbing some other items before we continue on. So first things first, I'm going to fly to the Death Mountain. I'm going to come over here and talk to this old man because he should heal me, right? Yeah, cool. Then I'm going to go to the Dark World and start, like, rummaging around. Which I actually think the best way to do that would have been to stay down here, but oh well. I should check also and see if that... because I think it's when you do the 5th dungeon, it unlocks the big bomb. Like, I need that big bomb so I can get some more stuff. Alright. Oh, that's not the one I was looking for, actually, I guess. Yeah, we come over here. We can't cross the bridge unless we have the hook shot. Kapow! Let me do that. Watch out for Tektites. He landed right on top of me, of course. There is a Dark World portal here, but there's also a lot of stuff down here, too. It's very easy to get lost here, though. A lot of things to do, but you can get lost pretty easily. Ouch. Walked right into that. Ow! Get off me, bro. Okay, so I need to drop down from up top. Alright. Okay, so the portal's down here, I think. But I don't think I want to use the portal yet. I think there is a portal up top, too. What happens if I drop here? Am I supposed to drop here? I think this is how I get up. I think this is a shop, isn't it? Or not. I was gonna say, kind of bad business if this is a shop, but bombs and arrows. I didn't need either of those, but okay. Oh yeah, no, this is how you get to this treasure room. And then you gotta like finagle it with a boomerang or something. Or you can just use the boomerang normally, I guess. Got money. Got more money. Got some more money. Hey, look at that. It's cash. Dollars. That was what? 120 bucks or something, or 100 bucks. Like, could have just had one chest with like that in there. I think this is the shop. Still a, poor practice to like have your door sealed away. He probably was like, you're the first person I've seen in a long time. And I'm just like, well, see ya. Alright. This is another spot. Yeah, you gotta drop down from. Alright, so both of those doorways. Ow, Tektite. Get out of here. No one likes you. Not even your mom. Your mom just tolerates you. Okay, so this one might be the way back up. Let's see, is this the one to that chest? No. No, that's too low. I think the one to the right will take me up. That's gonna drop me there. Ouch. Some fairies here. And some money. There's some money over here. Alright. Oh, that was close. I don't think I want to fall down there. No, I'm here. Where exactly? This doesn't exactly help me do much of anything, does it? What is down here then? Hmm. Wasn't this left way again? Like I said, this place can get very confusing very quickly. Oh yeah, there was this and there was like a chest to the left. This is, you know, I wonder if Death Mountain was kind of designed like Pachinko, or designed like, you know, those like games where they're like, they've got water in them and they're like, there's balls, or they don't always have water in them, but they got like balls in them and you shake them all around. And it's kind of like Pachinko and you're trying to get all of the balls in the holes. Death Mountain is a lot like that in this game. You want to be careful to which one you want to jump to. A winding path here is a bit excessive, I think. I think this drops me down to this chest. And what's in this chest? 50 bucks. Wow, that's just spectacular. Well, I think I'm going to need money when it comes to buying that one bomb that I need to get. So I'm not too upset about it, I guess. Ow, get out of here, dude. Alright. And that just put me all the way back down. And then I think the middle one would have just dropped me straight to that other one that was like not going to take me anywhere. You know, I really miss the one song that you only hear like when you're Rabbit Link in the Dark World. Like, that's a really cool tune. You only get to hear it really once. Right, this is the way back out, so that's not right. Ouch. Ouch. Well, I have to drop here. There's nowhere to go. That drops me here. I push this up. I go up the stairs. I drop down the other hole. Okay, let's see here. Do I want to drop down any of these holes? Oh, hooray, bombs. Maybe this will put me close enough that I can very easily... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I can very easily get there. It's like it's a one shot, and you know... Okay, I'm back at the top. Hang on, there's something I want to do. Watch out for these Lionels. Lionel Richie. Here's Ganon's tower. We can't do anything about it though, because we don't have that. Isn't it kind of funny how, if you think about it, how like close you are to Ganon's tower so early in the game and you can't do anything about it? So I want to come here and use the mirror. And use the Book of Medora, and it's like, hold up the Master Sword and get the magic of ether. So there's a new power there. Magic controls the upper atmosphere and polar wind. Watch your magic meter so it freezes everybody, basically. I think that's what it does. One of them freezes everybody. One of them is electric. Like, I think Quake is the one that's like electric. And then Bombos is like explosive. But like ether is supposed to freeze everyone. Doesn't work on everyone. Like you'll find that there are some enemies it doesn't do anything to. Ah yes, there's this place. Need a hook shot to get around here. I recommend not throwing any of the skulls. Because like you need them to hook shot off of stuff. Alright, there's an invisible path here. And I think Quake actually shows you it, doesn't it? I want to say one of these does. Maybe it's Bombos. There we go, ether. There we go. Oh, I guess that one was not a fake door. Well, maybe later, lady. Not right now. That is not a fake door, right? No. Weird. What about this one? That's fake. Before I continue upward, though, there's more stuff to collect down there. I don't think any of them are like super mega important items. Alright. Kapow. Ka-chow. Money. This one you do have to throw to get over here, though. I do remember that. Oh, it's just all money, huh? Ah! Well, that just worked out in my favor anyway. Alright. And what we want to do here is use the mirror, and we should get a heart piece, right? Yep. Then we just jump down. Is there any other spot here? I know there's one spot that you can only get if you're in like the dungeon here, and then there's another spot you can jump down to, or you get to, that like the cape that I just got at the beginning of the episode that kind of sparked me to come over here is like very useful to traverse. And there's like a relatively, I think there's a relatively important item in there. Just trying to remember how to get there. See, is this one? This is one I want to go to. Gotta get to this chest. Money. I might be done with Death Mountain for now. Which, like I said, I think I need to get... I don't really need to get, but I like that doorway there, those two, you can only get there from... Yeah, I think I might be done, because I don't think I can do anything else or go anywhere else, but that doesn't mean I'm done with the episode yet, because I've got more stuff I can grab that's just miscellaneous stuff. I already spent this much time on the video not doing the dungeon, so I might as well go grab a few things here and there. One thing, I believe we gotta go here. I can open the dungeon while I'm here, though. Because this is where the dungeon is. And it's constantly raining. This place is called Misery Mire. Take that. Oh, I actually needed the ether medallion to get in here, so I didn't actually waste any time, I guess. I'm not gonna pretend like I knew that, though. I'm gonna just admit that, like, I wasn't trying to go get that to, like, look cool or suave. It was a mistake. It was just me running around and it just happened to work out. Two chests. Money. Oh, heart piece. So 2 more and I get another heart. And then I think 2 containers. No. I think there's a heart container from this one and number 7. So technically I only need like 6 more pieces of heart. That's not bad, actually. That might be something I might do, at least get all the heart pieces. You know what? Top me off, lady. Cool. I want to say there's another one hidden around here, heart piece, but I could be wrong. You know, I think before I end the video, I'm going to see if that bomb is available. What do you got to say, buddy? Greedo. Hey, I tell you a profitable story for 20 bucks. Sure. Thanks. As a matter of fact, monster magic is making it rain in the swamp. If you can move the air with more force than the monsters, the rain may stop. Okay. I mean, you basically told me something I already knew. I mean, I already know a lot of the stuff they're saying. I'm just kind of like reading it because not a lot of people really go through and do that. Is this all there is back here? I guess so. I know there's like a spot. I think it's right here. You want to use your... Well, not right here. Not exactly right there. Right here, I guess, is fine. And then there should be like a piece of heart in here. Can't move that one for some reason. Alright, let's try this again. One more time with feeling. We're going to push that one up. We're going to push that one down. Push that one to the right and that one to the left. I guess I can't move that one. Push that one up. There we go. Alright, one more and we get another heart. So not here. I actually think it's another spot I'm thinking of. Because I know you can't leave Misery Mire. Unless you return back to the real world. But I want to say I need to get around here. Did I go in this cave? What was in here? Oh, never mind. I know there's a spot you want to climb up from the light world, basically. Or like from the dark world going into the light world. So I'll change around here. Uh-huh. Watch out for the like. I would say this is the one game that they don't really look like likes, but they didn't look like likes in Tears of the Kingdom. I was actually kind of a little surprised to even see likes in the game, but I didn't recognize them when they popped up. So this is where you want to use the mirror to get up here. Get this heart container. There is another spot in the desert, right, that I need to like climb up from Misery Mire. I'm not misremembering that, right? Because I'm fairly sure you have to do that in order to like... See, Link's house is over here, right? Because if we can get that bomb now, I'm gonna go ahead and get those upgrades before ending the video. This series is starting to slightly turn into a 100% run when I said it wasn't going to. Not available yet. So maybe it is dungeons like 6 needs to be done. Let me try one more time looking around the desert. Which we need to warp this way. Because I'm pretty sure the last medallion is in the desert. And then, you know, we'll already be over here for the next episode, so that'll line things up perfectly. I mean, you know, I planned it like that, guys. You know, earlier I didn't plan it with Ether, but this time you can totally trust that I knew what I was doing. Alright, so there's a spot around here, I feel like you just when you're in the right spot, you can warp. And it'll put you on top of the ledge. It wasn't this one. That's where the dungeon would be. I'm fairly sure you can warp, right? Because can't you just barely see it on screen? Yeah, it's right there. You know, maybe it's actually not. Maybe it was what I was thinking, that you actually have to warp to the Dark World and come over here for that. Yeah, that's what it is. But we can hop back in to Misery Mire when we're done. No big deal. I mean, the last episode was 40 minutes of me fumbling around a dungeon. The worst dungeon in the game, in my opinion. Actually, Turtle Rock's pretty bad also. But, you know, still pretty bad. It sucks. Dungeon sucks. So this one running a little bit longer just for me to get this medallion. It's not a big deal is what I'm saying. It's what I'm saying. I think we want to go over here. What does this sign say? Swamp of Evil. No entrance, no exit. Yeah, and then you want to come over here. That's it. And you'll be up here on top. And then you want to use the book. Hold up the sword and get the power of Bombos. And that bird's like, oh shit, he's got Bombos. This is the power of Bombos medallion. Its magic makes the ground explode with power. Watch your magic meter. I mean, at least they're thoughtful enough to tell me to watch my magic meter. Alright, back to 6. This is like the 4th time I've done this in this episode, I think. Alright, you know, we're getting not too far from the end of the game now. We got like 3 dungeons left, I think. Alright, so I'm going to call the episode here. Appreciate you watching if you made it to this point in the video. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.